Are we lighter now?
We are lighter now.
Are we live yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think we're live yet either. We'll just play this game like we do every week. We live? I don't see no comments on the screen. Hey, I see comments. I think we're live now. We may have already been live, but the heck with it. So, yes, I see us on the screens now. We're live. So, welcome everybody. It is, what is it? December the 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So, if you're watching this back later, we may not be live. Obviously, we allow these live streams to replay back later. That's when the majority of people have time to watch them. So, by all means, if you have a question, ask it. I'll respond to it a little later. Just may not be live, so keep that in mind. I'm going to adjust this just a little. Might as well get a shot of that super gray house that looks yellow. It looks yellow again. Yeah. Oh, it's that sun blaring on it. So, yeah. Optical illusion.
Start off with that conversation.
I guess we should start off with that conversation. I don't know. A lot of people always jump in a bit late, so yeah. we're going to get asked about it because the comments are already blowing up on the paint video today. We'll wait just a few minutes to talk about the paint stuff, which we're not going to get too much into it because, well, we're going to have a video about it, but we'll talk about it some. So welcome everybody. We have a lot of people in the house. I see a lot of people talking about snow and cold weather and everything else. It's just been comfortable down here. It's warmed back up a lot the last couple of days. I'm actually in shorts today, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to get a little chilly right now, but it's not cold by no means down here. It's perfect weather. We got a little fire going in the background. I didn't even drag it behind the screen today because, well, it's just a little fire. We may go sit beside it and eat tonight. We may go inside, who knows. Right now, Bullet's enjoying it, and he's eating beside it since he cannot wait. Speaking of eating tonight, we are finally going to cook again. Well, she is finally going to cook on the live stream again, so I'll let her tell you.
I'm back to cooking again.
So how did we find what we're going to try, and what the heck is it?
Well, I was just looking for more Blackstone recipes because honestly, I'm out of recipes. So I'm trying to be creative, come up with something new, so I'm not repeating, same thing over and over.
But y'all may get some repeats, so
yeah, we might.
Just act all surprised, like, oh, I've never seen that before.
But we are making buffalo chicken hoagies.
Yeah, they call them buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, I think.
Yeah.
So we were sitting in Texas Roadhouse yesterday because we went back out to Lowe's to deal with the paint fiasco. Now it's gray. Y'all can see the sun's gone. And she was scrolling through, what do you want? And that popped up. I was like, oh, that sounds so unhealthy and so good. That's what I want you to make right there. This could be horrible, could be great. Yeah, full of cheese, full of chicken. I love buffalo anything. So, and of course, you put it on your loaded carb bread. Why not? That'll make it better. So we are going to do a little cooking tonight, see how it works on the Blackstone. I keep saying no. So Cash asked, am I in flip-flops? No, I am not. I'm not
lying.
Well, I ain't going to lie to you. I woke up this morning. We had fog here till about midday today. Disgusting. Just everything as wet as I've ever seen it. Wet, worse than a rain shower. Everything under the building, under the porch, you name it. And I started wearing my flip-flops this morning, and I got a little cold because my feet were wet. Everything was soaking. So, no, I went back to shoes, but, yeah, she's still rocking her Florida foot thongs, as we call them, her flip-flops. It's definitely a tire down here, even in the winter. So Miss Rebecca says she's anticipating on what happened. I'm going to give y'all a video on it. I will go ahead and let y'all know we've already got the situation resolved. We'll talk about it in a few minutes once we get a little more people on there. I keep seeing the count flying up here, so we'll wait for a few more people so they don't ask it over and over and we talk about it, because I was pretty hot. I was kind of aggravated, and I don't like redoing stuff, and it's just, it was an aggravating situation, and I don't know. We'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, goodness gracious. So Danny Mack says he enjoyed the nice Florida beach weather this week. Thanks for sharing. I don't know if you made it to the beach or not, but maybe just beach weather. It actually felt really awesome this week. A lot of days in the 70s. I even got hot a couple of days out here painting, wearing those Tyvek suits, everything else. I got almost overheated, but, well, that's probably more a Tyvek suit than how hot that it really was. And for the next week and a half, they're talking about it's warming up here. We're going through a warm spell, which is a little aggravating. And then it's supposed to cool off again. And I hear y'all are actually dealing with some pretty severe weather up north. Ice storms and snowstorms and everything else is what I keep seeing on the news. So hopefully y'all stay safe with all of that. And let's see here. So Big Wave Florida says we could have made some fried grouper sandwiches. Yes, we could have. We do have fish on the menu. probably this week, going into next week. We were just talking about that. We've kind of got to keep continuing to empty the freezer out in case I wind up getting a couple more deer. We really need to make the room. It's full of garden vegetables, some fish, things like that. So we're definitely going to make some fish dishes. And Rusty says, all right, he's asking the almost important question: when are we getting back to electrical? Has everybody missed electrical? I thought I burnt y'all out on that. So believe it or not, right before this live stream started, I just hit buy on I've been working on making a huge electrical order today. I'm talking like a couple hundred switches and receptacles and another couple hundred wall outlets and dryer plugs, just lights, everything you can think of. And I'm trying to get all that stuff in over the next week and a half, because once the drywallers get back, I know everybody's probably wondering where the heck we're at on drywall. That screw inspection really held us up. It really did. The elusive screw inspection that nobody seems to have, but for some reason our county requires for drywall. So we got about 10 days behind, but the knockdown crew is supposed to come this week. I will let y'all know the tape and texture crews already came. They got the house looking great, but knockdown's not done, so it's not finished. So I'm going to combine all that in one video and hopefully have it out by the end of the week. So once we get that in, then I need to rush to the inside. I want to get the house painted, because then I can get the HVAC guys back to do their final HVAC, putting the grills in, putting the dehumidifier in because it wasn't in last week. Then I can go ahead and stick electrical plugs and all that stuff in, and I'm going to try to get power turned on. Whether I'm completely done with electrical or not, I'm going to talk with my inspector, because I hear that you can't actually turn power on without having everything completely done. So then I don't drag extension cords across the yard and can run HVAC and everything else I want in the house. So we're working toward that. So you might have been joking. Ton of electrical is coming. Probably going to be about 2 weeks before we really dive into it, week and a half, but it's coming. Like literally bought $1,000 worth of switches and outlets and wall plates today. I know this stuff. It just
seems like $1,000 signs every day.
No, it's way more than $1,000 signs.
I know, but like many of thousands.
We spent way more than that just today, because I also spent time on the phone today, a couple different phone calls with a Lowe's associate. We finally found our flooring. We have been struggling finding flooring, trying to figure out how to match it up with the cabinets and our paint color choices. So we spent quite a bit of time in a big city yesterday. We found our flooring. I got that ordered today. About 1,800 square feet. Everybody thought we were crazy. Every flooring store we went to, we're doing no carpet in the house. She wants no carpet vacuum to dirty up. None of that stuff for allergies, everything else. So we ordered a tremendous amount of luxury vinyl plank flooring, LPV, whatever it's called. Really good quality stuff. We'll talk about that in an upcoming video. So yeah, we're burnt out financially today. It ain't $1,000 here or there. That flooring, holy moly. And we got a good deal on the flooring. We really did. Yeah. But I'm excited to show that off. I'm delaying that order till the end of the month. Don't want it coming in soon, so it's not in the way. We still want to get kitchen cabinets in and get paint, and I don't need flooring. I don't need to be tripping all over it everywhere. Plus, it's still going to be a little while before I install it. And I want to get electrical done, HVAC running, because typically you acclimate your flooring, put it inside your house, allow it to expand, contract, get your room temperature before you ever install this stuff anyway. So we'll discuss all that on another episode. So Harrison says, how big was my deer? He was big enough to fit in the freezer. He was not a monster by no means. Florida's not known for big deer anyways. We occasionally have a few decent sized ones, but like poundage wise, a lot of people ask how big is a deer weight wise. Florida does not have big deer at all. Typically our bucks are 125 pounds to 175. 175 is a really big deer here. You start getting up into Georgia, you get them 200 plus pound deer, and I know up north and in Canada, y'all can get 300 plus pound deer, literally twice the size of ours. It's just so hot down here. We don't have a tremendous amount of farming. The soil quality is kind of low. They just don't grow big here. They really don't. A lot of swamps, and it's just, I don't know. It's not conducive to big deer growing. Like
we should have one walking out about now.
Yeah, I know. Y'all, let's start making a bunch of racket. I'm gonna turn the radio on, grab my gun, and we're gonna start deer hunting, because apparently that's how they come out. But we're excited. We got some deer meat in the freezer, because we were literally down to 8 packs of deer meat. And some of y'all may or may not agree with the hunting, but that's how we probably put 90+% of our red meat on the table right there. And that's how we put 100% of our burger on the table. It's venison. That's just something we've done probably the last 10 years.
Healthy. It
is much healthier. We do lean as possible. A lot of our deer meat, we do 0 fat. It works out, trust me. Certain things that it won't work on, but most things it will. I can't even hardly handle store-bought burger anymore. It's so greasy, so salty. after eating deer exclusively for 10 years, store-bought burger is just, it's too rich, too fatty. I don't like it.
We've been eating it longer than 10 years.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Okay, 10 or 12 years, something
I'd
like
say
that.
about 14.
Well, we've been eating it our whole life, but
yeah.
I'm talking exclusively. We just
Yeah.
did away with store-bought burger and we started grinding everything up. So let's see what else we got here. So, yeah, we got enough people on. Let's talk about the paint because I'm already seeing the questions. So a very popular question today was, why don't we just paint the storm shelter the color of the house and then you don't have to redo the house? That's not the problem. If y'all look at the house right now, I think y'all can see the problem on camera right now. It's bluish gray. It doesn't look good. If you go look at the storm shelter right now, it's got a earthy, dark brown tone, a light brown tone that's kind of mixed in with it.
We have the same, yeah.
You can't see it. And it's just a beautiful gray.
We spent so much time finding that particular color. I mean, we really searched and we fell in love with it. Once we put it on there, we're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We matched it up to this metal building. So we kind of wanted everything to kind of blend and match. You know, as weird as that sounds probably to some people, but that's just how we wanted it.
She hit on another point there. So this building wouldn't match in if we painted the storm shelter to match the house. And I'm not painting a 1,500 square foot metal shop. You can't just go paint latex paint on metal anyways. It doesn't work out.
We don't have to match it exactly.
We don't have to, but it's something we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But regardless of that fact, this bluish gray, not a fan of it. Don't get me wrong. It's not horrible, but it's not what we wanted. And a lot of people hit another good point. When you've put this much time, energy, effort, money, blood, sweat, and tears into making this house our home, what we want, it's going to drive me nuts to have worked this hard on this house and not have the paint that we picked. Even if it's close, but it's not the same. And it's not really as close as the camera made it look whenever I recorded that video for y'all. I'm telling you, the storm shelter's got a much darker, deeper, earthy tone to it. It's a really good looking gray. We want it. Now, without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to spoil the video, I need to make some content here. We did go spend the day at Lowe's yesterday. Actually, before we even left, I spent some time on the phone with I believe it was a manager, and we went over and we found the problem out. Some people, including the manager, speculated that it was what some of y'all were thinking, that we mixed 5 gallons jugs and not 1 gallon like we previously did. Well, that didn't make sense to me because your color machine should know, okay, well, it's 1 gallon versus 5 gallon. It's an ultra white base. We're using the same base, mix extra to get it where it needs to be. And this is just way off. Now, as soon as I went back to the paint desk and explained to a different person, a different associate than what mixed for the other day, this young girl knew immediately what the problem was, and she nailed it. And actually, 1 or 2 of y'all today got it correct, and y'all's guessing.
Really?
And I didn't tell them to guess, but a couple people apparently have experienced this before.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it in the video coming this week. We found the problem. We are going to repaint the house. So I'll have a repainting video out in a few days, and we'll talk about everything that's going on. But we're going to make this house the color that we want. We're going to match it up to everything else like we wanted. It's the right thing to do. I'm aggravated. I've got to do all the repainting, but some of this could have been my fault too. But it definitely was not mixed correctly, and I'll explain all that. So we'll leave it be. And that's our reasons why we want to make it look like the color that we chose. And we kind of like the idea of everything matching around here. If I don't want them close, I would want them exact opposites. If we weren't going to match all the buildings up, I don't want them just slight shades off. That looks worse to me than having a red house or a white house and a gray building out here. That would look better to me. Just my opinion. All right, let's see here. Did you do a video on field? So Mr. Richard asked, did I do a video on field dressing my deer? Excuse me, I did not. That's something, I released a video a while back. There's been some controversy on YouTube about animal graphic content, hunting and fishing and things like that over the last few months. And gutting and skinning of a deer, that's kind of something that YouTube lists as not friendly content. I think I'm allowed to post it, but it would have to be viewer discretion advised. It would have to be 18 plus. There's also kind of weird rules to it. But the reason I don't want to put that on there is I can't risk losing the channel over something like that, even though that's an important part of deer hunting, harvesting a deer. It's just not content that at the moment seems to be friendly on YouTube. I don't really know how to word it any further. And I don't want to say that, we're being censored and all this, that, and the other, but you got to understand there's kids from 1 year old to people that are in their 90s or whatever on here, and everybody has different thoughts and backgrounds, and some people just don't want that kind of stuff popping up. So I'm very careful about putting any kind of blood related or graphic content on here, because there is rules and the guidelines about that. Now, as far as hunting itself, they seem to be a little more open on, you just can't get gory and graphic, and I think that's understandable to a reason. So, let's see here. I said we got Shab in the house. Hadn't seen him in a while. Shab, I jumped on your live stream the other night when you had a house full of friends. I couldn't even get a comment in. Y'all were getting down wild and crazy. So I just watched for a little while. Didn't even throw a comment in because it was flying and it was rowdy. But we'll jump back on one of your live streams here before long and chat with you as well. I finally got into some firewood this week. I have a firewood video coming out on Tuesday for a lot of people that are interested. And I mean, the channel kind of started with a lot of that stuff. It felt so good to get out there and run a couple of my chainsaws, and we're burning through wood left and right. We've actually had a relatively cold November for Florida, a bunch of frost, a bunch of 30-degree days. So we've been burning through it like crazy. So there will be more firewood videos coming too. Let's see. Yeah, Cash just going ahead and getting it all out there. Dump trailer, mini excavator, grapple, Duramax, diesel. All right, thanks, Cash. Let's just get all the stuff out there that I can't afford. Let's see here. I see a lot of people talking about Roomba. Well,
yeah, when we were talking about the floors.
Yeah, how about that? So I missed a lot of comments because I've been rambling on like crazy. So about that, we did take big advantage of Black Friday and Cyber Monday online deals, and it just so happens right over here is sitting a robot vacuum, and I was dead set we were going to go with a Roomba until I started really reading a bunch of reviews. That's why I love Amazon. And we went with the Yeti, I think it's called. Tens of thousands of reviews on there. A lot of people that were viewing owned Roombas went to these. The reviews were quite a bit better. Plus, a lot of electronic magazines and all were voting them best and top product of the year. So we wound up going with a Yeti robot vacuum. I'm not the world's biggest fan of robot vacuums, but she was dead set. She wanted one, and when you're going to have 1,800 square feet of just laminate flooring, I guess the little critter running around will be fine.
Happy anniversary to me.
Yeah, happy anniversary. And then we also kicked up what we thought was a really big TV. We got a killer deal on that. And then we went to Costco and realized the TV we thought was big is probably not as big as we thought, because we got that big wall. We picked up one for the outside. We got a lot of killer deals.
We didn't want to spend the money right now.
We didn't, but my goodness, you're talking.
It was hard to pass up.
You're talking get stuff for half off.
There's not going to be another sale by the time the house is done, other than Memorial Day. Which
That's right.
We don't know how good the sales will be then, so we just kind of had to bite the bullet and do it.
Yep. So Van Life of Crystal says, if you ever have issues with Lowe's and they won't fix the problem in the store, all you do is call customer care, and trust me, results happen fast. And I don't want to be that type of guy. I'm not the type of guy to go demanding stuff and let me speak to a manager, but
he was already nervous about going back and asking.
Well, not really, but I really didn't feel like I was in the wrong here. Yes, maybe I should have caught the pant quicker. Possibly, yeah. But some things were done wrong. I'll explain them in the video. We found the problem. We know exactly where the fault was. No big deal, but we're going to get the house painted the right color. Boy, y'all can really see how blue it is now.
Yeah.
I don't like that blue. Look.
The lady was like, all this paint's gone pretty much.
Yeah. So when I brought in 10 gallons to customer service and there was about 4 gallons left, the customer service lady was like, what are you trying to pull here? I'm like, trust me, I just want more paint. I ain't wanting cash back or whatever. I just want the right paint, and I don't want to have to repaint a house. But we'll get off the paint side.
Okay.
So Matt asked, may you ask what my profession was before YouTube? No, you may not. I'm just kidding, Matt. Of course you can ask that. That's what these Q&As are all about. So that's a popular question that gets asked from time to time. So for about the last decade, I started at a local paper mill here. That's a booming industry in my area. There's just not much else. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. There's literally millions of acres of what's called southern/pine. That's actually those pine trees right there. It's the cash crop of the South down here. And I started out as a technician on the floor, entry-level job. Basically, we take these trees, you chip them up, you digest out. It's hard to explain this without getting too technical. You separate out the pulp fibers itself. You put it into big jumbo rolls as a raw ingredient, and then it goes off to people around the world, big manufacturers that use it in everything from clothing to air filter media to tire cords to sausage casings to the medical field to everything. Trust me, it's just a big raw ingredient. And I worked my way up into managing 3 departments at that paper mill before, not this past October, the October before, I decided to take a huge, and I mean huge leap of faith and walk away and attempt YouTube. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm still not nowhere near where I need to be financially, but as y'all have seen, the people that's been with the channel a while, we've seen the growth. And I don't think I could have ever seen the growth if I hadn't walked away from that job that was 12, 16 hours a day, had to work weekends a lot, carry a cell phone home 24/7. You know, you had so much responsibility, so many departments you were over, such a huge paper mill. I could have never made the content that I've made it here on YouTube, and we wouldn't have grown like we have. And I knew that. And we talked about that for quite a long time, set ourselves up as best we could financially for quite a while. It wasn't a split-second decision. We talked about this over a year before I finally decided to walk away and pursue this. And I'm still pursuing this. I haven't made it yet, just so y'all know. I ain't gonna sit here and poor mouth or nothing. We're paying our bills, but I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy, I'm not where I need to be financially, but we're getting there. This was a dream. I believe in chasing your dreams. Well, actually, I've never been that type of guy, but I walked away to chase this one. I have never enjoyed nothing any more than doing this right here. I get to work from home. I get to create educational, fun content for y'all. I love it. And I work more hours now than I ever have in my entire life. And I work 7 days a week. But it's so rewarding. Find a job you love. Take that out of all that rambling on right there. Find a job you love. I used to chase dollars. That's a dead end road, y'all. There's nothing rewarding in that at all. You got to pay your bills. You got to support your family. I get that. But chasing the big paycheck, it'll burn you out. It took me a long time to figure that out. Now I'm much happier doing this, spending the time with y'all.
And we were so dedicated to, you know, saving our money over the past, I'd say 10 years to really, you know, pursue this property and get it established and build this house, which we didn't know that you were going to build it at the time, but we were still saving, you know, because we didn't want to have a mortgage until we were 60 or 70 years old. So, yep, and we're just going to keep moving forward.
Yes, we are. Thank y'all for the support.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Andrew says we should paint our big logo on the back side of the house, you know, since it's so bland and we only have one window there. I don't think we're going to do that, but it's a thought.
Yeah.
Eventually,
we'll definitely maybe try to incorporate it into the little cooking area, probably.
Well, we may wind up burning it into some furniture and stuff that I want to make for the house too, being that, I don't know, there's a laser engraver sitting around the shop over here. How about that? Yeah. Rusty says Bullet is so handsome. I reckon. He's a dog. Oh, so Tim says he had a huge problem with Lowe's on floor install. That won't be a problem because I'm installing the flooring and I'm not looking forward to installing 1,800 square feet by myself.
Yeah. I remember you doing the last house. It was kind of aggravating.
Well, luckily this newer stuff, I've already been watching the way it snaps together in lots. It looks like it's going to be far easier to install than last time. And we went with true vinyl flooring this time. No wood back, no nothing. I mean, it's solid vinyl plank flooring. It was one of the thicker mill ratings available. It even comes with a lifetime warranty. It's good stuff. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully it's going to tie the whole house together because it's been difficult. It has been so difficult to try to find the flooring that we want in the house. You start getting scatterbrained trying to figure it all out. Okay, so Edward asks, you told us that your driveway camera is working great. How about the doorbell ringer to notify you someone's coming up the driveway working good? Yeah, we actually moved that back out into the shop the other day. Now keep in mind, it's inside a metal shop. I was running into issues with that. I could easily get it to work a quarter mile away without being inside a metal shop. But I've been noticing as the UPS and a few other people's been pulling up here lately, yeah, it's dinging, it's going off, it's doing its thing. I think it's gonna work beautiful in the house because, well, going through wood walls and hardy walls is a whole lot better than going through a metal shop. I don't think we're going to have zero issues with that at all. And for the price that it was, you can't beat it. I don't recommend them for metal shops unless you're going to probably be, I'm just going to say within 1/8 of a mile. I think they'll work great. But the quarter mile range is no problem in a normal house. We've already tested that once. So you can't go wrong with that. So Travis says they picked up a 70-inch TV for a great deal on Black Friday. That's actually what we picked up. Believe it or not, we got a 4K Ultra HD, and I don't know what none of this junk means, but it's supposed to be a good picture. 70-inch TV shipped to the house for, I think it was $579. That's why we had to jump on it. You know, we got a huge wall, and we thought 70 was big because we've always been like 40-plus inch TV people because we don't really watch TV, so 70 sounds huge. Then when you go in Costco and start looking at the 82 and 86-inch TVs, you realize, oh, 70's, it's kind of small. So hopefully it's not going to look dorky on that huge wall that we have, right, that huge blue wall right there. I guess we can always build an entertainment center around there. We can decorate around it, make it look right. But to us, 70's already...
We'll be all right. We don't watch that.
Yeah,
much
70's already overkill for the couple of shows we do watch. Again, we want to be on the back porch. But $579 for a 70-inch 4K TV. I can remember just a few years ago back when I used to be in the industry doing car stereo and home audio. I remember when plasma TVs come out, tiny little plasma TVs, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for tiny ones. Like, it's amazing that now you can get that big of a TV for a few $100, and that's shipped, and that's freight shipped, by the way. UPS can't ship a TV that big. I happen to get set up with a freight delivery, dropping it off for $500 and something. That just blows my mind. I can't believe that. So one Brad Turner, hey, your name kind of changed there a little. Says, are you planning on building a well house one day? Absolutely. That's been the plan all along. I wanted to get hardy on the house, and if I have some left over, you always do. I wanted to use any extra material on the pump well house, and I wanted to get the paint, yeah, let's talk about that again, matched up correctly. And guess what? We're going to paint the little well house to match that house over there. I'll do a metal roof on it and everything, and I'll probably make a removable roof or a hinged roof, so if we ever have to access and pull the pump out, the pump truck can still get up there. So that'll be a fun project to do on the channel as well. I told y'all, once the house is done, there's no shortage of building and projects right here that are coming on the channel. I have so many things in mind, so many things. Pump house is going to be one of them. So Cash says he can help install floor, and he goes on vacation December 18th. I am not going to be ready for flooring by December 18th, and I truly do appreciate it, Cash, but you do realize you live in California, and I live in Florida. It's kind of a long ways in between.
Come on down.
Hey, bring your dump trailer when you come, and leave it when you leave. How about that? And James says, as Daniel Arm says, get you a side hustle. That's exactly right. And you're saying, you're hitting the nail on the head. He says, fire pits, firewood, all that stuff. Y'all, I have turned down more business this year for fire pits, fire rings, firewood, and custom projects than I ever thought imaginable. I'm advertising zero for this stuff. I just had somebody, neighbor, come over last week and, hey, want to buy, fire ring. I have turned down so much firewood and fire pits just over the last 3 to 4 weeks. There's no doubt in my mind that when I get this house done, I'm going to take that a lot more serious next year. I can make several $1,000s a year in that. Is that going to pay all of our bills? Heck no. But multiple side hustles like you're talking about, working the YouTube, working that side income, and guess what? That side income creates content that y'all may want to watch. That's what it's going to take to live this lifestyle. Let's grow in those gardens, raising the animals, all that stuff. So it's a work in progress, and we absolutely 100% knew that when we chose this lifestyle. I could go get a 1/4 acre city lot and a push mower and not really have much bills and be done with it. No offense to any of y'all that have that. This is an expensive, hardworking lifestyle to have 50 acres. Hopefully we'll have more property one day and do the things that we do. But it's so rewarding. That pride, that sense of accomplishment at the end of the day, I love it. I love this rewarding lifestyle. I want that dirt in my fingernails and that sweat and everything else right there. I want to be sore at the end of the day.
Do you?
Yeah, splitting hours and hours of firewood that you sell for $75 a truckload.
You've been crying about your poor back all week.
I tell you what, my poor back all week. She ain't kidding. My back has been so tight this week, and it's because of all the ladder climbing. That has just been funky on me. Woo! But anyways, love this lifestyle. Side hustles, the channel's going to be all about it. It has to be. I got bills I got to pay too now. Let's see here. So, Malin Bees asked a very important question that I have been researching today. Did I get a moisture barrier for the floor? I would love to hear y'all's opinion on this because I'm putting true vinyl plank flooring, top of the line stuff that already has a rubberized backer on it. It's a really nice, it's 100% waterproof. Do I still need to put down a moisture barrier on concrete to put this stuff down? Backer already on it, 100% waterproof. And here's the thing too. I have a 15 mil vapor barrier underneath that concrete over there. That's commercial grade. There's no wet spots coming through that. There's no water wicking back up through. That's just not going to happen with a 15 mil vapor barrier. Typically a home puts I think a 6 mil in. So let me know y'all's thoughts on if I still need to put plastic down for a 100% waterproof, true vinyl product. I mean, there's no wood, no nothing in it. I'm thinking I don't from what I was reading online today, but who knows? Y'all let me know. So Paula says she loves the color of the house as is, save time and money. It's been a lot of people's suggestion. However, if there's one thing Tiffany's passionate about, it's paint color choices. I'm noticing that, and decorations. She doesn't like the color of that paint. Happy wife, happy life, right? And guess what? I'm not crazy about the color of that paint either. It's just too blue. I don't like that. And I really love that other color we picked out.
We tried to give it a chance.
We did try to give it a
couple
chance.
Days and like
I painted the trim.
Yep. Stared at it.
Don't get me wrong. When the sun is the perfect color and it's overcast, you're like, okay, it ain't too bad. Then the sun comes out all bright, or certain times of day like this, and it starts getting blue again. You're like, I'm not going to be happy with that. I don't want to spend the next 10, 15, 20 years out here looking over there going, I wish I had them.
And it would be harder to repaint once everything
is
around the house.
That's the other thing. Somebody's like, hey, repaint it later. Not quite that easy. Once you get all that stuff on the porch, all your decorations outside, we do an outdoor kitchen, everything else, you have to tape up and mask even more stuff. You're so much more overspray risk. Now's the time to very easily paint. Well, I say easy. It's not easy. It's easier to do it now than it is later. And as y'all have seen with my personality, I'm the type of person that let's just go ahead and do it right. And I'm not going to be happy with that. And if I'm losing a day or so of work, plus all the running back and forth to Lowe's.
More ladder.
Yeah, more ladders, more sore back. It is what it is. I'm going to be happier when it's finally said done. You do appreciate it?
I do.
All right, thank you. I did it for you and you only, because I love that color. I don't have a problem with that at all. Sure.
Before we forget.
Yes, I keep eyeballing it. I want to say, so y'all keep seeing me drinking out of my new DeWalt tumbler here. So I went to the P.O. box the other day and this was in there. So no note, no card, no nothing. Maybe you don't want us to know who sent it, but thank you very much to whoever sent this. I don't know if you're on the live stream or not, but I got me a new DeWalt tumbler. Excellent gift, because in case y'all haven't noticed, there's a tumbler in the background on every video. I use a tumbler every single day of the week. That's the reason for needing all the ice and ice machines too. She uses one every day. 7 days a week we got these things going. In the tractor, on the boat, doesn't matter when, where, if we're on vacation, we're using one of these things. So excellent gift. Thank you to whoever sent me my DeWalt tumbler. Or it might have been for you, but I was assuming it was for me, being I'm always using DeWalt tools. It's okay. So G Smiley says, love y'all, but unfortunately he's got to get back at it. Well, thank you for getting on chatting with us and supporting us. Go earn that money. I'm assuming that's what you're jumping back to. Yep, so Joyce says, can't wait to hear how you resolve the paint issue, and she agrees. She says the current color is pretty washed out. That's a good way of describing it. It is washed out. It looks like when a camera is just, the white balance is off and it's blotchy and white and blotted out. It's kind of how it looks back there right now. It's just, there's just something not right with that color. It's the bluish tinge that I just can't stand. And DeVault Family Living says he doesn't know how my feet aren't killing me. I can promise you, at the end of every day, standing on concrete, standing on ladders, ooh, it's killing me. But I ain't gonna complain too much about that, because there's people that do that every single day of their life for their careers and work, and I only have to do it for a short period of time. But yeah, things have been a little sore here lately, that's for sure. Yep, so Uncle Tim says Firewood is backbreaking work, a side hustle with no financial gain. You have to make it big to work. And I'm gonna be honest with you, splitting firewood just to earn the little bit of money a year I wouldn't do it. But splitting firewood and being able to make YouTube content, which earns another very small income, it starts helping me out. Now, as we were talking with Chris earlier, who does, sounds like hundreds of cords a year of wood, yeah, you can absolutely make you good money that way, but you're not kidding. It is a ton of work. When you look at how much energy and effort you put into that for how much you truly make an hour, it's kind of comical in a way. But yeah, you've got to go big to truly make some money in that, as with a lot of things in life. So I see my cousin from another aunt, we'll call her this week. Lisa Kelley just jumped on. She says, hello, Andrew and Tiffany. Hello and welcome. Thank you for chatting with us. So Edward says, with the flooring, check with the manufacturer, because if they don't recommend it for the type you purchased, you will void the warranty. And that's a good idea. And keep in mind, it's going to be a while before I install this flooring. We got to get cabinets built and installed, all the paint in the house done. I'm more concerned about getting power turned on my house right now. So as soon as I get a box in, I'll open it up, read the installation instructions. And if they recommend the plastic, I think it was $100 something to put plastic down on the whole house, but I'm not looking.
So is that what a vapor bed is?
Yeah, and I'm not looking forward to putting all that down, cutting it, taping it, and it just feels like the floor would slide around on that and make install a little more aggravating. But we'll see, because this has a special backer that I've never seen before. It's like a rubberized backer. Everything about it looks 100% waterproof. I can't see how putting it on concrete would be any sort of an issue, especially again being it's 100% waterproof.
Crystal said check with the manufacturer.
Yep, and that's what I'll do, because everybody's got the plastic. It's no big deal to run back and get a big roll of plastic and put it down fast.
Turn off these lights.
Yeah, these lights are a bit bright.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to turn off our operating lights now since it's getting a little dark.
Is it the top one? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the top one. So Van Life of Crystal says, do we have Yeti tumblers? No. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't been a big Yeti supporter since they kind of went anti-Second Amendment on us a few years ago. We don't get political on the channel, but yeah, it's just my own thoughts and views. And plus, we're a little cheap trying to save some money building a house. So we went with the Walmart Ozark tumblers. Yeah, top of line stuff. I'm joking, but they work. They work. We just go whatever tumblers typically show up to. We like them. We like any kind of insulated cup. Yep. And then you've got the ones that Logan sent us over there. They're really nice, like enameled one right there. So y'all been hooking us up with these things. We don't even have to buy any more tumblers. We've got literally probably 10 or 12 in there. So it's awesome. I like them. So Uncle Tim says, no, Mr. Doug this week. Nope, not this week it doesn't look like. I have talked with him some, so if y'all want to reach out and drop him a comment or respond to one that you see. I know everybody's been looking for Mr. Doug. He's very much loved on the channel, but don't forget, you know, he's got a busy, crazy life. Probably we all do this time of year, and he works shift work, has other things going on as well. So reach out to him in a comment, say hello. I've seen some of y'all have already done that because I try to look at every single comment, I promise you. Robert says we need a hot tub to relax for all the hard work. We may eventually wind up with a cheap version of a hot tub. Yeah. Actually, I've been toying with some ideas on a custom build one. I would love to do. Boy, I'd like to custom build a wood-fired hot tub too. I think that'd be an awesome project for the channel. I have more projects than I have time or money, but we're eventually going to get a lot of these on the channel, no doubt about that. I ain't lie though, I'm not the world's biggest fan of hot water. It's got to be really, really cold. Hot water kind of bothers me. I'm the type of guy, I'll take a lukewarm or a cold shower if it's in the summer. Hot water just, I don't know, it flusters me a little bit. Her, oh Lord, she'll come out beet red on fire like this shirt and loves the hot water. We're exact opposites when it comes to that right there. So Chris says I should put the flooring under their cabinets. That's something I'm disagreeing on, unless somebody can give me a really good reason why. And the reason is I've actually seen some people install cabinets over flooring in homes. Eventually things expand, contract. The cabinets can't, or the flooring can't shift. It's wedged under the cabinet. I've seen cracks open up in flooring all around cabinets. Plus, whenever you go to change your flooring out down the road, if you ever want to for some reason, I'm not tearing all my cabinets out, and it would be extremely difficult to cut the flooring down into the concrete to cut all that back as well. So I'm not the world's biggest fan of putting cabinets on flooring. And some people will argue, okay, well then you're gonna make your countertop height off by doing that. But literally the vinyl plank flooring that we're getting is, I don't know, you can't even see how thick, it's thin as can be. It's solid vinyl with a thin rubberized backing. It's not gonna make any difference that you can tell standing on it. I just prefer to go around cabinets, I do. Now, in things like bathroom vanities and stuff like that, no, I'll put a vanity on top of it. You can tear that back out easy down the road. But tearing out all your kitchen cabinets to change flooring ain't about to happen. Once I put those in, they're staying there. Plus, when they get granite countertops and everything else on them,
yeah, that way.
You don't move that stuff. You don't move that stuff at all. It's not happening. And I've been in some homes and seen where floors separated around kitchen cabinets, I guess because it couldn't shift or move or expand or contract or whatever it is that it does. And it's kind of got me a bit nervous about that. So, Monroe Enter says, hello from Durham, North Carolina. I actually have family that live up in the Raleigh-Durham area, so I know right where you're at. I think the place anything about installing. So this is another very popular question from Edward Bodell. Are we thinking about installing lightning rods? They're actually not required at all. I don't know of anybody that has them around here. And you would think in this state that, you would need those. Florida's the lightning capital of the world, if I'm not mistaken. So, no. But what I am going to do is put a whole house surge protector in the main panel itself, although they're sold out right now and I couldn't get them today. I think that'll be my main protection. I don't really know why lightning rods aren't required here, but it's just not a common thing that I'm familiar with or know much about, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know. Hopefully that main surge panel protector will do its job and sacrifice itself. I've never even had one of those before. That's something I just want to do extra and not required by code, I'm quite certain. So, yep, Malin B said, on second thought, if your flooring's 100% waterproof, wouldn't worry about it. We'll take everybody else's advice, open up the package and kind of see what the manufacturer themselves recommend. So Harrison asks, are we ever going to thin our pines back there and burn? I'll be honest with you, there's two main reasons we planted those pines. One, they're awesome tax write-offs, something people just don't think about. This is ag land, and we're technically classified as tree farmers right there, so there's certain things like, well, I don't know, tractors and other things that you use to plant and work around those that you can get some tax incentives because of, tree farming. They've paid for themselves many times over just for tax incentives. Down the road, I could do what they call third or fourth row, where you log every other row. But to be perfectly honest with you, those pines were mainly put there for the privacy, for the look, and I really like the thick underbrush. All the rabbits and deer and everything else go out there. I'm a big animal fan and like for them to have somewhere to go bed up and get secluded. Plus, all that undergrowth down there keeps us from seeing the highway, seeing the cars drive by, people looking on property. We bought a lot of property because, well, we like our privacy, even though we invite thousands of y'all into it every single week, as weird as all that is right there. So probably, we're not touching them for quite a while, to be perfectly honest with you. They're healthy. They're only 7 years old that you're looking at and already growing so well. I'm going to leave them as is. So Joyce says she stopped shopping at Walmart because they make you basically check yourself out. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that happening right there. I know. And we didn't get no discount for working there, did we?
Right.
Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Oh, so Mr. Jimmy. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he accidentally bumped but he unhit him.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
the
Kevin.
comment's not there, but he did.
Okay, so
put him back.
So is Kevin back? I see Mr. Jimmy apologize to Kevin. I think we accidentally blocked you for a second. So Kevin, sorry about that. These things happen from week to week. So comment back and let us know. Otherwise, what did you do to tick off Mr. Jimmy? He says sorry. He doesn't know.
He's back. Okay.
Is he back?
Yeah, he just commented.
Okay. Whew. Good to have you back, Kevin. Don't act up again. We'll put you in timeout. Let's see here. So Chris asked, have we seen patches around? Actually, yesterday morning when we were getting ready to go do our lovely all-day shopping trip, which I'm just such a big fan of. Not really. Patches comes down the driveway, starts sneaking down to my wood pile, and I've noticed I've been catching him down at the wood rack a lot here lately. A lot. During the day.
Taking care of all those mice.
I think there's mice and other little critters and lizards that are running all around on the wood piles. And he's pretty much been living down there. But he walked by yesterday to pay us a bit of mind as we was driving out the yard. Could care less about us.
He didn't even look at us.
No, he didn't. But yeah, old Patches has still been around. Apparently he's cleaning up mice at the wood rack for me. Well, I guess you want to go ahead and warm up the old Blackstone?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry.
All right. She's going to warm up the Blackstone. I'm going to keep answering your questions, and then we'll do what, well, we haven't done in a while. Cook on the channel. So we'll make that happen for you. Holy moly. Uncle Tim, was that an accident? Do you mean hit that button? Wow, man. So Uncle Tim just made a huge donation.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Tim.
And for everybody, that says my uncle. But I do have an Uncle Tim, so we call him Uncle. He says, put this toward the repainting fund. We want Tiffany happy.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. We truly do appreciate. That's a very significant donation right there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Actually,
I missed it.
yeah, actually, I'll put that toward my labor for repainting, and that should keep Tiffany happy, and that'd just be my labor fee right there.
Oh.
She's giving me an evil look, y'all. Thank you very much, Uncle Tim, as we'll keep calling you. Truly do appreciate that. It means a heck of a lot. I'm surprised nobody's got on her tonight and told her to stoke the fire.
Bullet is getting on to me, actually.
Yeah, Bullet's getting on to her. That fire's not warming him up very good back there. So, Bruce asked something that's been bugging me. Have I seen a group of toms this fall? And for people that's not familiar with that, toms is a group of adult male turkeys. And this is the first year since I've owned this property that I have yet to catch a single adult male on camera. Now, I literally had 36 turkeys in the field the other day, but they're all young. They were just born this year. Most of those were females. There's a few young jakes out there that don't even have beards out yet, but no big mature turkeys this year. I don't know why. They must be staying on the neighbors. There's a lot of swamp land around us, and they love staying out there over swamps because it keeps them nice and protected. But oh, I wish we could see one so bad, because there's a recipe I want to show y'all that is so delicious that I make with an adult male turkey. If I see one, he's going down. We can actually harvest those. We have a winter season. I forget when it goes out. It may actually be this month. I need to check on that. So, Paul, you asked a question that's already been asked quite a few times tonight. What do we think about putting a logo on the blank spot on the house behind you? I don't know if Tiffany's too sold on that. I don't know if I am either. I'd have to really think about that. But I am all for putting that logo on furniture and things that we're going to build, and maybe doing it inside the house on some custom decorations and pieces that I plan on making. I think it'd be perfect for that. But a big painted one, I'm just not sure, to be perfectly honest with you. It's something I have to really think about. And I'm no good at painting things like that. I would literally have to hire somebody out that can airbrush or really design that. I can't draw or write to save my life, trust me. Huh. So Julie says probably too late now, but a small half bath tucked under the stairs would be nice. We're actually planning like a broom closet or some storage. Tiffany's kind of been thinking about that under the stairs. And for the people that keep wondering where the heck the stairs are, we're going to get the stairs built, but it'll probably be after we get the CO, the certificate of occupancy. So some people may catch on to that, some people may not. There's just been some questions around how you can do access up to the loft, how you can really label it. But stairs will be coming. It's just going to be a little ways down the road. And I'm hoping I can get my CO without putting the flooring down. That way stairs can be built, and then I'll do the flooring around the stairs instead of wasting a big section of flooring and then building stairs on top or ripping it back up, which I don't want to do. But we're going to have to figure all that out just a little bit later. I'm learning. We may be able to get moved into the house and get a CO without everything being completed, but trust me, we still have a lot of work to do, a long ways down the road to go. And I'm going to talk with the inspector about what I truly need accomplished and done. Like I can't imagine flooring has to be done, trim, things like that, although I'm going to continue to work toward that stuff. I don't want to live in a house while I'm still doing too much work. That's aggravating. And the last thing you want to do is a fully moved in house with furniture and everything else that you have to move outside to do the flooring. So we're gonna figure all that out together and kind of work, that as we go down the road. So Kevin says a projector for the logo. I like that idea a little better. Let's see if we can burn an image into a projector. We'll put that out there for maybe the live streams or something. Then it's not so permanently painted. I kind of like that idea. Somebody let me know if we can actually do that. I'm sure somebody makes an app or something where you can go off your phone to a small projector and put something up there. That'd be kind of neat for the live streams to display in the background. It's not a bad thought. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so Buzzard says, any advice on getting info on tree farming like we're doing? Taxes, how many acres? He said he's moving kind of near us. So I don't know if it's a Florida rule or a county rule here, but you have to have at least 10% of your property in pines if you're going to do tree farming, for example. That used to be the rule. I don't know if it's changed anymore or not, so we're just going to say it's still 10%. You have to have a certain number of acreage. I can't remember what it is, but it's not as much as you're thinking. And I think you have to be classified as ag land, basically out in the country right there. You almost done with that?
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, goodness gracious, she was scraping the heck out of that Blackstone, and I can't think straight, y'all. Golly. Now, as far as taxes go, anything that you can tie to using around the pine trees, for example, if we're talking tree farming, or if you're doing cattle farming, anything you can tie to the animals, you know, your tractors, certain sprays, sprayers, things like that. Yeah, you can absolutely go at tax time to your CPA and write a certain percentage of that off. Then, for example, maybe your buildings, guess what? Is your tractor parked under a building? Do you have an outbuilding, an agricultural building? Ours is actually classified as an agricultural building, our pole barn. Well, you can actually depreciate and write off a certain portion of that. It really helps pay you back for the expense that goes into land like this. And ultimately what the government's saying is, hey, we're going to give you some tax write-offs now, but whenever you log all this timber and everything down the road, well, we expect our cut then from your profit, from your taxes, from your income, so to speak. So they're giving you tax breaks now, expecting the taxes down the road when it comes time to earn that income. So don't hesitate to talk to a CPA around here about that. This is a big tree farming area and farming area. They know all about that. So Tiffany says it's ready. I'm going to keep answering your questions. We're going over to the Blackstone. Oh, hello there. Poor Andrew. Why are you saying poor me, Vanla? So Bill says you can buy projectors and have your own designs. That might be something we look to in the future. All right, take it away, Tiffany.
All right, so I marinated my chicken in some buffalo seasonings and garlic, and I just like it a little caramelized on the chicken. You don't have to do it that way. You can just do plain chicken and then add your stuff later.
And what is that? Chicken breast?
Yes.
Skinless chicken breast. So we're figuring this out, y'all. We had a lot more people jump on, baby. You might want to tell them exactly what it is we're making.
We are making buffalo chicken. What did you call it earlier?
They called it buffalo chicken. We found this recipe online yesterday.
Phillies?
Yeah. Buffalo chicken cheese steaks is what they called it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Philly cheesesteak, but, well, exact opposite. Chicken, cheese, buffalo, all that good stuff. So Newman asked, am I building a pump house? Yep, we talked about that a little bit earlier, but no problem asking again. I'm absolutely going to take the leftovers from the house project and going to build a pump house here to match the house. Hardy board siding, metal roof. So we'll have that project on the channel a little bit later. And we'll actually make a removable roof so we can pull the pump up should we ever have to replace it down the road. And you said, how deep is my well? It's actually 160 foot deep. I think he's over behind the fire. I just seen him.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Cash wants me zapped. Oh, we're back to that, are we?
He wants to do what?
He wants me zapped. We're back to that right now. And Cash says we need to use tortillas instead of bread. Well, if Tiffany didn't run all the way to town today to get the bread for these, we might try that. She just got back, and it's a long run around here. But actually, that wouldn't have been a bad idea, and it would have saved you a trip, baby.
Yeah, it would have.
Oh, well.
I got plenty of tortillas always.
Yep. And Harrison says, make sure to save some paint for the pump house. Hardy har har. Yes. Trust me, I've learned my paint lesson. Goodness gracious. But like I said, we've actually figured out the problem with paint, and I think I know how to get the proper mixed paint in the future.
Ooh, this is making a mess.
It is making a mess. Well, I figured it would with all that buffalo and everything else on there. Here's how this is going to turn out.
It's going to turn out amazing.
Yeah, yes it is. No matter how it turns out, baby, I'm telling you, it turned out absolutely amazing. That's what you got to say. That's better than fast food, I can promise you that. So Plow says, can't you write off a dump trailer, you know, hauling fertilizer and trees and things like that? Yes, actually I could, Plow, sure can. But you still got to pay for that dump trailer. You're only getting a small percentage of it back, so can't really afford that dump trailer right now. All right, y'all got any more questions? I know I have skipped a lot of them. Feel free to ask it again, and I will answer those while she's cooking. And we'll see how this turns out. So Lisa asked, how do I cook my deer burger? That's a good question because whenever I process my deer burger, I make it 100% fat-free. And it actually works out perfect on sauce dishes, tacos, anything, any kind of dish that you add liquid or onions or seasoning to. you can go with fat-free meat, but a burger is one thing you cannot. So whenever I make deer burgers with 100% fat-free meat, I dice up smoked bacon into little like small chunks, mix it all in, and then grill my deer burgers that way, and it turns out so good. But because you're using the pork in it, I cook them to a little bit higher temperature than I normally would, but they do not dry out at all. So Rodney says, sweet baby Ray's buffalo sauce is awesome. Is that what you used? Oh, okay, that's what he's hinting on right there. Okay, I didn't even see it in the background. So Harrison asks how the food plot's looking. Yeah, that's a problem. I still have seed sitting on the trailer over there, and I never got around to planting my food plot. We actually haven't had rain in weeks other than one small rain, so I just haven't even dished the ground up or tried. But they're calling for rain later this week. I'm going to try to get those 3 bags of oats in the ground because what I have out there kind of burnt up. It's been really dry. Y'all see how brown this place is with all the frost and no rain.
Man, I wish I could smell this.
Does look pretty good. I think we need some more buffalo sauce.
Oh, you just wait.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up.
It's coming.
I'll shut up.
It is coming.
I'm excited to try this. So Jason asked what snakes we found on the property. Most common are black racers, oak snakes, rat snakes. We also get water moccasins down there by the water, and we've seen and we've seen a few rattlesnakes too. That's right. I just killed a baby moccasin other side of that ranger not long ago. Well, before it got cold. So Van Life Crystal says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank y'all very much for reminding people. It does help get us found and discovered. Everybody's talking about making tortillas, I see here. And Chris talks about one of my favorite things, deer chili. Tiffany always gives me a look because I'm always begging for chili. She's like, oh, God.
I gave you chili dogs the other night as a compromise.
Chili dogs is not deer chili. But I want chili when it's extremely cold. And cube steak and gravy. Oh, that is so good, too. So Mike says, am I planning on any DIY home automation? Offhand, no. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm way out of the loop on that and got to really research and look into a lot of it. Cash says we got to add cow camp seasoning. He puts that stuff on everything, don't he?
Already added a little bit of it.
Yep. So Mr. Darrell jumped on Thomasville, said they need some rain too. Yes, we absolutely do. Although I'm not going to complain because we got flooded this summer. And I was complaining about too much rain, so I'll take the dry out right now. I'll absolutely take it. And Chris says, don't forget to burn the cheese. You know him. He likes his cheese. So Bruce says, no pythons? No, thank goodness. We are way too far north for pythons. We get too many frost and a little too much cold weather for them up here.
That day if they ever came out here.
Oh, no, if they start coming up here, we're in big time trouble. Actually, that might be a good spin-off YouTube channel for us. I can start wrestling them and hunting them. So Newman says, am I happy with my acreage or do I wish I'd went bigger or spent less, went smaller? Oh, Newman, I wish I had 10 times what I have, but I wish I had 10 times the money to buy 10 times of this property. I am very happy and blessed to have what we have. 50 acres is a good amount of property to kind of do what we do on and stretch out, so to speak. But I wish I had 500 or 1,000 acres, to be perfectly honest with you, that I could just roam around on, get lost on, and really enjoy. But financially, this was as big of a piece of property as we could swing at the time. And the only reason we got this is because, well, the good Lord meant for us to get it. It fell into our hands. We got a killer deal on it. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have this. I always want more property. As one person says, I don't want much. I just want everything that touches my property. So that basically means you never quit owning property. As your property gets bigger, I just want everything that touches it. And as that gets bigger, I want everything that touches that. I wish I had 10,000 acres, to be perfectly honest with you. So Solo Asylum says it's like 60 degrees outside. That's chilly time in Florida. I 100% agree with you. So Daryl says his brother in Bowling Green, Kentucky, loves the show and been watching. I actually have family that lives up in Kentucky as well, up in Louisville. Tell him thanks for watching. Plow says he makes his chili on his smoker. Ooh, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
And Tiffany's all about that too, because that means I would be cooking the chili and she wouldn't. Uh-oh, Levi says we missed it today, doggone it. And I'm guessing you mean the live stream. Well, you're here now. You can always play it back over. So Danny asked if there's any land around me for sale to expand. No, I haven't seen none recently. The last piece of property that sold was this one that's all right over here at 66 acres. And honestly, it just sold for more than we could even consider at the time, way more. And we tried to buy about 10 acres of it before somebody even bought it, and the previous owner would not subdivide it and split it up because we really wanted the extra privacy, but that was about all we could even try to swing at the time. It just didn't work out, but I haven't seen anything else for sale. All the other property around us is kind of old family farm property, and there's enough people that still own it and want it, so it just hasn't popped up available. Plus, with this money pit over here, we ain't got no money for property right now anyways. So, have we ever been to Texas? Yes, we have. I went to Texas one time. What's that?
I haven't.
Well, she hasn't. I have. I went out to Austin, Texas one time to pick up what was my dream car at the time, back when I was living my fast life. That's the only time I've been to Texas. So, as far west as Austin. So Dan says he missed the start of the live stream. I said a lot of people are jumping on late. Yeah, we've already been going over an hour. We're about to wrap this thing up.
This time change.
Yeah, time change is getting everybody. But, I mean, y'all can see it's getting dark. We can't do these things at 7 no more. It's pitch black. And GC Arkansas says, is that the property with the noisy tractor that I had in the last video? Yeah, and I hardly ever see that guy. I'm actually very blessed. He's a great guy. He's nice and quiet. We couldn't ask for better neighbors. And he very rarely over there on his tractor doing anything. So I was cutting up more than anything.
All right, we're about to get ready for some more sauce here.
All right, put it on. Slather it up. So Bruce says, be careful what you wish for. He has a lot of land and it's a lot of work. No doubt about that, Bruce. But there's nothing I enjoy more than working a piece of property and developing it. If y'all could have seen this property when we bought it, how overgrown it was. There was no pines here, no grass. This was just all overgrown field. I wish we'd have started YouTube back then. We have put a tremendous amount of time, energy, and effort into this place, and eventually we're going to get it mostly developed one day. And I'm going to wish I had more property to start over with again, because I can't sit still. I really enjoy that type of stuff. So Danny says we should buy 50 acres at the beach and host your Kelley's Beach Life channel. Oh, I'd be all about that, but I bet 50 acres at the beach around anywhere would probably be, I don't know, $100 million. We ain't got that kind of money.
That would be my dream.
Maybe we can go get a quarter-acre lot at the beach and carry our camper down there. Oh, we originally thought we wanted to live at the coast, and because we love salt water and going on the boats, but we wound up with the property, and I love it. So, putting a little more buffalo sauce on there. What are you doing right there?
Buttermilk ranch.
Buttermilk ranch. All right, let's figure this thing out.
We're gonna make this grill nice and dirty for you.
I see that. You think that ranch is gonna cook okay on this? This is nuts. I ain't never seen this. All right. So Dan says, done a great job with the house. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. And Dave says he just got his deer back from the butcher. He threw venison hot dogs in to try. I ain't never seen that. Okay, Chris, here's your cheese.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, I ain't never in my life heard of that. I dang sure try it. So Dan asked, what's for dinner? We are trying something that we seen online yesterday. Buffalo chicken cheesesteaks. So she is whipping up some ranch buffalo and cheese chicken dish here. And we're just going to make cheesesteak sandwiches out of it. Oh my goodness, look at that. All right, Chris, there's all your cheese. This looks so healthy, y'all.
Yes.
So Cash says, would I ever consider selling any part of this property? Absolutely not. Not even the swampy areas. Those are actually some of my favorite areas. I love the swampy type stuff. The land that's not worth a whole lot of money is my favorite. I just like getting lost out in the woods. Now, I'd like to buy more property, not sell any. Frank asked what size Blackstone. This is the big one, the 36-inch wide model. I don't know that they make one any wider. Jason says, why don't you show your skills like spinning an egg and throwing knives like they do at the Japanese steakhouse?
I'm not that talented.
Yeah, no, let's don't do that.
All right,
So Miss Joanne says, look at the fog settling on the field. That's right. Check that out. It's been rolling in so bad the last few days. Tons of fog. Okay, what you doing?
This is for our plates for tomorrow. Get this out of the way.
Yeah, we actually did pretty decent this week. We didn't cook 47 pounds of food like we normally do. So this will make 4 real healthy sandwiches. So Van Life of Crystal, good to see you. Thank you for chatting with us. So Cash says he'd like to own a small piece of property, be able to register vehicles. Hey, I know a lot of people do that, have stuff out of state just for things like that, because some states get crazy. So Danny says 30 minutes from the beach would be great. His 15 hours from the beach, he can't stand it. Well, we're about 45 minutes from several different locations, which no beautiful beaches in our area, but good salt water and access and ramps and things like that.
All right, it's almost done.
Yeah, I can't wait to try this. P. Michael says, any plans for a Kelley's outdoor meet and greet? Possibly one day, but I need to get this thing out of the way because it's literally tying me up 7 days a week. Then I'm going to really start thinking about having some freedom to work the other channel and do new things on this channel. So, Uncle Tim told Cash that they're all being invaded in Texas from California people moving there. I'll let y'all fight that out. Cash said, hey, Tiffany, Cash asked, have you seen the show Yellowstone?
Yes. Love it.
Yeah, we know all about John Dutton, Beth Dutton, the whole Duttons. Cash, we absolutely love it. He said they just found it and they're getting hooked on it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a little.
It can be a little
language and everything else.
yeah, it can be a bit harsh, but I love any kind of just shows like that. It's just all about Western and wild open and property and stuff like that. So David says he's jumping on just in time to eat. Yep, we're probably about to wrap this thing up like we typically do with cooking, but we experimented tonight. I think it's going to turn out so good. This is what was it? Buffalo chicken cheese steaks, a recipe we found online. I think it's going to be amazing. Maybe better than Philly cheesesteaks.
I think it's going to be easier to put it on this versus this pan right here.
You do what you do.
All right. So our cheese is probably pretty melted here.
So Fan Life of Crystal says, what channel is Yellowstone on? It's on the Paramount Network. We actually buy it off of Amazon Prime on a Roku box because we don't have satellite TV or anything. So we just purchase the shows through our Amazon Prime account.
Oh, yeah.
Camera ain't doing it justice, but my goodness, ranch, buffalo, bunch of skinless chicken breast, melted cheese, all in there. Y'all, that looks so healthy. So healthy. Oh, yes. Look at the steam coming off of it. I think this is going to be a hit. Mm-hmm. I may like this better than Philly cheesesteaks.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. So David asked, how does it taste? You know what? I don't ever eat in front of y'all on the channel, but let's see here. I don't even know if y'all can see me. I'm so close.
How is it?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it. That chicken's really tender too. I love it. I don't know if y'all can see my ugly mug. Y'all, that's good. I love buffalo. The cheese, I can taste all the ranch melted into it. Or cooked into it, I should say. I got toasted hoagie roll. Oh.
Good.
I think I like that better than the Philly cheesesteak. I really do.
Good.
Heck yeah. That's good
I'll
stuff,
leave
y'all.
this for you. You can do the dishes. I did the cooking.
Okay, awesome. Well, I guess on that note then, she just told me I got to clean and cook, or she cooked, I got to clean up everything. So I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up because I want to eat, and we have a rule. Anytime we're done cooking on the Blackstone, we always clean it up before we eat because that's what keeps it looking good. That keeps all that cheese from being stuck on there rock hard. You got to clean them while they're hot. And, oh, I'm ready to eat. I can't think straight right now. So good. Thank y'all so much for chatting with us. Uncle Tim, thank you so much for that very generous donation. Thank you all for spending your Sunday afternoons with us, commenting, hitting those thumbs up, watching the video. All that support's what it takes for us to be able to continue to do this. So we truly do appreciate your support. We'll catch you on the next video. A lot of exciting things coming up this week. I think I'll get you a final sheetrock video. We'll let you know about the paint. We're going to repaint the house. And I have a few other things going on that I haven't told any of y'all about. So I'll let you know that later. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.